right. It looks like everybody is in. We have the waiting room open in case anybody else wants to join us. My name is Sheila Gold. I am the Executive Director of Recruitment and Admissions for the Tulane School of Professional Advancement. I am joined by my colleague, Ann Conlon, who is behind the scenes making the slides move and the magic run. We also welcome you all to this webinar. If you look at the bottom of your screen in the chat, we just sent everybody a welcome. If you wouldn't mind replying and putting your name in there and saying where you're calling in from, we always like to know who has joined us. So we appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us at the webinar. This should take about 20 minutes of your time. We know this is at the end of a really long day for everybody, but we get excited to talk about our school and how we can help you reach your educational goals. So just hang with us for a little while, and hopefully we can answer some of your questions, and we look forward to seeing your applications. So you can drop questions during the webinar in the chat in the bottom, or I will be offering my email at the end of this. And, most people get a little shy asking questions, but they're pretty comfortable sending emails. So feel free to email me after this, and I will be happy to get back to you. So let's go ahead and get started. A little bit about us. The School of Professional Advancement is one of 10 schools that make up Tulane University. So if you look at the graphic in front of you, Tulane University is made up of all these different schools, and we are the blue one, the School of Professional Advancement. And a little bit about our school. We are actually the third oldest school at the university. We were the third school to be founded about 130 years ago, specifically with the intention of offering a Tulane education to adult learners. So we still do that today. We offer a Tulane education to what are now called non-traditional learners, which are generally folks who are anything other than the typical 18-year-old, I just graduated from high school and I'm going to move to a campus, live on campus, and go to school full time. So if you are a working adult, if you're an 18-year-old, but you choose to live at home and maybe have a job or go part-time, if you live away from New Orleans and you want to take courses online, a lot of times those offerings at Tulane come through the School of Professional Advancement. So that is who we are. Our students are anywhere from 17 to 70 years old. They are through the age spectrum, and we offer an opportunity for students to get undergraduate degrees and graduate degrees. Tonight, we will be talking about our undergraduate degrees. So we are located on the Uptown campus, the Tulane's main campus. That building on the top right is the Richardson building. That is where our advising and academic and administrative support lives. Our classes are held in person, sort of all over the campus. And then, of course, our online classes are online. The picture with the big mural that says "Where You Belong" is actually our student lounge. If you're ever on campus, come by, hang out, have a cup of coffee with us. But the point is that we like to have an open space where our students can hang out, and we always give the message that you're welcome to come and meet with us. So we always get questions from prospective students like, School of Professional Advancement, what does that mean? Is that the Tulane degree? Absolutely. This is a picture of what your diploma will look like. Tonight is the very beginning of the process, but at the very end, you're going to get one of these diplomas. It is a Tulane University diploma from the School of Professional Advancement. So we like to say Tulane programs, Tulane faculty, and Tulane degrees. So just imagine your name on that diploma right in front of you, and hopefully we will help you get that in a few years. So tonight we're going to talk very briefly, very high level about a few things. I'm going to share with you a little bit about our programs and who our faculty are. We're going to talk about the experience you'll have as a student, ways that we support you to be successful in our program, and then we'll talk a little bit about our tuition and our application process. So like I said, this is kind of quick and high level. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat, or once again, you can email me later tonight or tomorrow. So a little bit about our faculty. The School of Professional Advancement is unique from other schools, even at Tulane, but certainly from other schools that you may be looking at, because all of our professors are what we call professors of practice. And what that means is they are actual professionals in the field that they teach in. So all of these folks, even though some of them might be teaching full time, at one point they were or still are professionals in what they're teaching. That's a little bit different from a professor who sort of studies about a topic and maybe even researches a topic, but has never really worked in that field. So for instance, Patricia Betancourt teaches in our paralegal studies program. She's a lawyer. She's a litigation expert. She's been in many, many courtrooms. And so when she teaches our students about the legal profession, she actually can tell you real world experience. Bo Boudreau is one of our English teachers and writing teachers, and he's a published author and poet. Tyra Mitchell is the assistant director of our kinesiology program, and she is the former chief physical therapist at Ochsner, which is like our big medical system here in Louisiana. So she has her doctorate in physical therapy, and when she teaches about kinesiology, it's because she is a kinesiologist. And Ralph Russo is the director and developer of our IT and cyber program. And Ralph is a former NYPD, New York Police Department commanding officer, and he actually helped the NYPD put their cybersecurity unit in place after 9/11. So when he teaches you about cybersecurity, he's been in it from the ground up. So that's a little bit about our faculty. They're all professionals in the field. So that means that you will be learning what you need to know to get a job while you're in the classroom. So this is just a quick quote from one of our current faculty, from Amanda Fennell. She teaches in our IT program, and she says, as a cybersecurity leader, I feel it's vital to prepare our professionals through practical experience, which is why I incorporate my day job into my classes at night. And that's exactly the program. So she does this work during the day, and she'll teach a class at night, and she brings all of that experience into the classroom. Our job is to get you ready for your job. And so we want to bring the most relevant information from the workforce today into the classroom. So it prepares you in a little bit more hands-on way. All right, so what are our programs? What can you study at the School of Professional Advancement? We offer the following bachelor's degrees. Anything you see in black is a bachelor's degree. We offer professional certificates, which are what are in blue, and those are not degrees, but they're certificates of very specific areas of information that you could get the certificate in about 4 classes. But like I said, that is not a full, it's not a full degree, but if you wanted information on just human resources fundamentals, you can get a certificate in that, or applied business studies, just a certificate in that. And then we have these funny things called post-baccalaureate certificates. We only offer 3 of those. And they're a little bit unusual in the sense that you have to have a bachelor's degree in order to get one of these certificates, but all of the coursework is actually undergraduate coursework. So even though you already need an undergraduate degree, This is not graduate level coursework, but they're very specific certificates in paralegal studies, like I just shared, graphic design and interactive design. So those are a little bit, if you have questions about those, I'm happy to chat with you a little bit more offline about those. But the general areas for bachelor's degrees are our business and leadership program, our emergency and security program, general legal. You can get a bachelor's degree in general legal studies or your post-bac in actual paralegal studies, humanities and social sciences, and those are very broad degrees. So you can sort of, if you're just interested in the humanities, which are like your history and your English, those types of courses, a foreign language, those are humanities types classes. You can take a bunch of different classes towards getting your humanities degree. Or social sciences, which is more like political science or psychology and sociology, but very broad. You could take all those different classes. We have an IT bachelor's degree, our kinesiology program, and our media and design program. All right, next slide, please. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about the learning experience at SoPA. So our undergraduate program is a mix of both on-ground classes and online classes. All right, why do we do that? The reason that we do that is because the majority of our students have other things that they also are focusing on in their lives, whether it is working and going to school, or maybe raising a family and going to school, taking care of a family member who may be ill or aging. And some of our students don't live particularly in the New Orleans area, but maybe a little bit outside. So it is more convenient for students to have online options as well as on-ground options. So we like to talk a little bit about our online experience because it might be different from other online experiences like you've had. This is not just reading a PowerPoint, clicking it through, and posting a few sentences to a discussion board. These are very interactive and engaging classes where the curriculum is built to have you interact with the curriculum and also interact with other students in the class and interact with the professor. So you will have to come to class. It may be over a Zoom format like we're in now. So there will be classes that are face-to-face through Zoom, as well as there might be small group work. And then there also will be projects where you will interact with the curriculum. So what does that mean that it's a little bit different? So for some of our classes, the information may not even be things that you read. Many of our professors will upload some of their courses or modules to a podcast. So you can listen to that podcast for 30 minutes while you're driving in the car, 20 minutes while you're cooking dinner, another 15 minutes while you're folding clothes. It's just a different way to absorb the curriculum that isn't just like sitting down and reading a book or articles. Other things that our professors do to make the curriculum interactive and engaging is several of our courses are actually in the metaverse. So there will be interactive assignments where you will actually have to create an avatar for yourself and work through a simulated problem and come up with a solution, as opposed to writing a paper. You'll have to work your way through the simulation. So that isn't in every class, but it's in some of the classes. So you can see we try to get students engaged, maybe through auditory learning by listening, or through imaginative learning through an avatar. Another way that I feel that differentiates us from other schools is that we are very committed to our students being successful. So we want to make sure that you don't just get into Tulane SoPA. We want to see you get that diploma that I showed you a couple slides ago. So we wrap our students in lots of support so that you can get what you need to be successful. So each of our students has an academic advisor, and this person can help you choose your classes. They can help you decide, should I take 2 classes this semester or 3 classes? if you need to take like a semester off because your children are out of school in the summer, and so you're going to take summer off, but you're going to come back in the fall, your academic advisor can help you with those things. You will also have a faculty advisor, and your faculty advisor can help mentor you in your chosen academic field. So if you're like, look, I'm really interested in our emergency and security program, I'm doing homeland security, I've been in the program 2 years, I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it. If you go to your faculty advisor, they, once again, our professors work in the field that they teach. So they can say, I am a member of the Coast Guard, or I currently work for the Sheriff's Department, or I'm a first responder or EMT. Let me introduce you to people I know or tell you how my career path unfolded. In addition to your faculty advisor, we also have a dedicated career advisor that works just with our students. We do not share her with the rest of the university. So she is there to help our students with their resumes, their LinkedIn page. If you have a job interview, you can go to her and she will do a practice interview with you. She'll even go to the job interview with you. You know what I mean? Like, she will take you to the job interview. She won't do it for you, but she will wait for you. She will, help you through it. And so that is a resource that you should take advantage of. We also have a lot of companies in the state of Louisiana, and some even outside of Louisiana, that will send job postings to our career advisor before they go live on many of the job boards, and they get pushed out to our students. So oftentimes our students will have a head start applying for some job postings before sort of the rest of the country does. So that's an advantage also. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how our transfer process works. We try to work with students to transfer over as many credits as possible. Many of the students who apply to SoPA have gone and gotten college credits at other places. It might be a semester at a community college. Maybe you've done 2 years at a university. Maybe you went to school many years ago and had to stop for a variety of reasons, and you're coming back. We will work with you to transfer up to 60 credits, which is like half of a total bachelor's degree is 120 degrees. So we will try to transfer up to 60 credits to help you not only move more quickly, but save that tuition. For those of you who have transfer credits, if you transfer those credits, you will get also our transfer scholarship. We offer $1,500 for any student who transfers credits. And then we also offer, and we'll talk about this in another slide or two, an early enrollment scholarship for your first semester. So if you register by an early enrollment date, you will get $200 off your first semester. So those are ways that we try to cut the prices so that we can help you afford your tuition. All right, another way that we try to work with students is we offer what's called credit for prior learning. And that means that if you have been working in a certain field and you're coming back to school to study in that field, you might actually have done or have the knowledge of a class or two that you might be required to take. So for instance, if you are in the paralegal studies program, or if you, let's say you're in the paralegal studies program and you've been working as a paralegal, you just haven't gotten your degree in it. There may be a course or two, there may be a course on legal research. And you're like, I've been doing legal research for 7 years. I could probably teach the class. I don't need to take the class. You can go to your advisor and say, look, I would like to try and get credit for prior learning for that class. And they will work with you. You may have to write a paper and meet with your, professor of the class. But if you can demonstrate that you already know all of the knowledge objectives that are on the syllabi, you will not have to take that class. You can do that up to 24 credits, which is 8 classes. So if during the course of your time gaining your degree, you feel like you don't need to take a class, you can go and try and get credit for prior learning. Work experience, military experience, or even community service can count for credit for prior learning. So if you were able to get credit for all of those 24 hours, that could save you close to $15,000 off your tuition. So definitely take advantage of that option. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what is tuition. So for our current tuition, we are currently in the spring 2024 term is $623 per credit hour, and all of our classes are 3 credit hours. We offer multiple different ways to help you afford your tuition. The first thing is that we encourage every single student to fill out the FAFSA. That's the Federal Form for Financial Aid. That form does take a little while to fill out. So we encourage students to start filling out the FAFSA form as soon as they start their application to SoPA. Don't wait on that one. So go ahead and fill that out. We also offer the $1,500 transfer scholarship. So if you transfer credits, we will automatically apply that. We break it up over your first 3 semesters. So it'll be $500 discount for the first 3 semesters. We do offer the early enrollment scholarship, which is also $200 off your first semester. And then if any of you all are PTK scholars, we do offer the PTK $3,000 gap scholarship. There are multiple types of applicants who also might qualify for a 20% tuition discount. So listen to this list, and if any of it applies to you, you can it's filling out a form saying, yes, I am one of these. If you are active duty military or a veteran, if you're an alumni of Tulane, or an alumni of an HBCU or minority serving institution, if you are active or retired public safety personnel, like a firefighter, EMT, policeman, paramedic, a PTK member, K through 12 instructional staff, meaning a teacher, and if you are a New Orleans public employee, so if you work for Orleans Parish, or if you are an adult over 60. So if you fall into any of those categories, you qualify for a 20% tuition discount. So hopefully everyone falls into one of those, and we can offer that tuition savings to you. All right. A little bit about our application process. Our application is fairly straightforward. It's an electronic application. It lives on our website. So go to sopa.tulane.edu. That's our website. There's a big button at the top that says apply now. You click that. It will open you up to the application portal, and you will select undergraduate application. After that, we need you to put in your biographical information. We will need you to upload a current government ID. That can be a driver's license. For most people, just take a picture on your phone of your driver's license and upload it. We will need transcripts from any school which you've received college credit. And then the last thing is that we do require a $40 application fee. However, we have captured your attendance at this webinar tonight, and as a thank you for spending half an hour at the end of a long day, we will waive that fee for you. If you have already applied and paid the $40 fee, please email me tomorrow and I can refund that $40 for you. It's very easy to do, so don't be shy about that. Okay, and then the very last thing is we have several application deadlines. We have 3 starts a year. Currently, we are in the spring semester. We are accepting applications for summer term, which is our next open term. The term after that will be the fall term. And then we just opened the application for next spring, which is in a year from now. So if you are interested in applying for summer, please go ahead and get that application into us. If you get admitted and register for classes by April 25th, then you still have time to do that. You will get our $200 scholarship for the first semester. If you're interested in fall, our deadline is August 1, but I would tell you apply now. And if you register for classes by June 1, you will get the early enrollment scholarship. And then of course, if you're a huge planner and you're not planning and starting until next January, you can go ahead and get your application in now. And if you register for classes by December 1st, you will get our $200 scholarship. So that is the content for this evening. I really appreciate you all being with us. The important thing is that on the screen is my email, sgold@tulane.edu. Email me. There's also a phone number on here, but do not call me. I'm never at my desk, but I am always in front of my email. So I'm happy to have you all email me. I'm looking in the chat and it does not seem like there are any questions. Oh, how long does the post-bac certificate take? You know what? That is a little bit dependent on you and how long or how many courses you take a semester. Or maybe how many credit hours does it require? So I believe that the post-bac, you'll give me 2 seconds. I can drop the link for the post-bac. Let's see. Do you know, can you put which post-bac you're interested in the chat? So the 3 post-baccalaureates we have are graphic design, interactive, digital design. Okay, so the 2 we have are graphic design and interactive design. Let's see. Post-bac is 30 hours. So that is 10 classes. So that's a question of how quickly do you want to take, you know what I mean? Like you could do that. You could really pack it in a year. You could do it in 18 months. You would have to work also with your professors to see like how quickly they can move through, but generally it's 30 major hours. Does that make sense? 10 classes. Any other, so around 2 semesters, maybe 3 semesters. Maybe 3 semesters, and that would be going full time. Any other questions? Okay. Well, I am very happy that you all joined us. Once again, sgold@tulane.edu. Tomorrow, you're going to be getting an email from me thanking you for going to this webinar. In the email will also be a recording of this webinar. So if there's anything that you missed or if you want to share it with a friend who couldn't make it, feel free to do that. And once again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I hope to see applications from every one of you and to be welcoming you as a new student at Tulane SoPA very soon. So thank you all very much and have a great night.